Hi there, good morning everyone. Anne-Marie, positivity clinical hypnotherapist and life coach. And here I am this morning. If you'd have seen me this time yesterday, oh wow, I don't know what that was. If you had seen me this time yesterday, I was actually on a natural high. Some really good things, some fantastic things happened in my business. And one thing that I'm not scared of is showing my raw emotions and feelings. And what I notice when I do that is that sometimes people are used to people being very, very level and considered. And when you are hyper energetic, sometimes that can make people back away. So I really have to control my emotions so that I'm palatable to everybody. And it got me to thinking, the one thing that I'm not worried about is being myself and being overexcitable. And the thing that most people worry about is being more confident and being more excitable. So you kind of really want to meet in the middle. But I suppose what I'm trying to share with you is that it's not confidence that people want. It's more to be able to be more vulnerable and not worry about what other people say. Because many of us, including myself, not often I have to say because I've learned how to manage my self-talk, but it's this limiting self-talk that actually stops you from achieving all the things that you are more than capable of. You have these amazing thoughts and at the time they seem so achievable and so you could do it easily. The more you think about your amazing thought, the more those limiting beliefs start to creep in. And that's the shame and the fear of why most people don't succeed, because they listen to that limiting self-talk. And part of the reason why I became a clinical hypnotherapist is because I want to empower people in so many different ways to stop listening to that limiting self-talk that curbs the huge person that you are destined to be, the greatness that you have within you. And I've seen this so many times with clients that I've worked with. They've come in and they've said to me, I want to be more confident. I want to be more assertive. And when we get down to the nitty gritty of why, what happened when, where did it start when you started to feel like this, it always comes back to the same thing. Somebody said something, they felt a certain sense of shame and it stopped them from being able to move forward. And I just want to say to everybody that it is your vulnerability that will give you the strength to be the person that you are. When you can stand strong in your vulnerability and say, yeah, that is me, that will allow you to move forward. On Sunday, I have my very first speaking event, Yes You Can Inspire to Achieve, which is in London. And I'm thinking, I am going to be vulnerable on that stage. I am going to share my story. I am going to let people know that it is through the adversity that I have suffered in my life that has brought me to a place where I can say, there is no more shame for me. I've had my shame. And now it is my time to empower others to step out of their shame. The slogan that I have on my back billboard, it actually says, live your truth, not your story. Because it is your story that holds you back. The story of this happened to me and that's why I'm like this. And that happened to me and that's why I can't do this. And once upon a time, he dumped me and that's why I can't have the relationship that I want. Once upon a time, I stood up and I sang at a concert and everybody laughed at me and I couldn't move on from them. Those debilitating self-talk and limiting beliefs are the very thing that are stopping you from being amazing. And you know what? So what? So actually what? You have a whole life. Thank you, Ross. You have a whole life to live. It's a huge, expansive life that you have. But in the whole scheme of the universe, it's very, very small. So live it, love it, enjoy it, step into it. As a clinical hypnotherapist, you know, if you want to find out more about how you can start to think about fulfilling your dreams, the dreams that you've nurtured for so long, the dreams you had as a child, but as life went by, those dreams became smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. If you want to talk to me about how you can start to expand those dreams and really step into the person that you are destined to be from the day that you were born, please do contact me. It is such a joyful experience for me to watch my clients walk away from here, from my therapy room there, a whole different person. You've seen it on the testimonials, people who have said, I came back round and I felt like a whole new person. If you want to step into being a whole new person, please do contact me. And I know I'm a little bit somber today because I was so hyper excited yesterday. But I realise that I'm blessed to have very little filter, okay? I don't suffer shame anymore. I've had my shame. So my filters are open. When I'm happy, I'm really happy. But I realise you have to be able to identify with me in order to believe that this could be true for you. My life has changed immeasurably over the last year, beyond anything I could have comprehended. And that's because I let go of the shame. I let go of the judgment. And I stepped into me. Is it your time to step into you? Is it your time to fulfill the dreams that you've harboured and nurtured for all of those years? Is it your time to show your brilliance? Is it your time to stop thinking about what everybody else thinks about you, but actually start focusing on what you think about you? Is it your time? I think it is. You know how to contact me. Thank you for listening. And I really, really hope to speak to you, hear from you, and go out and be amazing. Bye-bye.